At the start of almost every meal at a restaurant in Chile, they start out with bread, pebre, some kind of butter, and it didn't matter if it was a simple little restaurant with just basic pebre, some lime, some bread, or if it was a fancy restaurant with pebre, butter, olive oil, avocado.
Okay, first thing we need to do, we need to tone down our onions. I have 1 cup of yellow onion, diced up pretty small. I'm not the best dicer, but I do what I can. I'm going to take a teaspoon of salt, or half a teaspoon. It really doesn't matter if it's a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, because we're going to rinse it off anyway. What we're going to do, we're going to put that on there. We're going to mix it around. And we're going to let these sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to rinse the salt off in cold water. And that'll help tone the onions down for us.
Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to peel the tomatoes. The first thing you want to do is you want to get some water simmering. You want to cut some slits in the top of the tomato, and you're going to dip it in some boiling water for a few seconds. It's about 30 to 60 seconds, but you want to be sure to have an ice bath ready to go, because as soon as that peel starts to come off, you want to dip it in the ice water. Okay, so we're about 45 seconds in, and if you'll look, you can see that skin is just starting to peel off, and as soon as that happens, you want to get them in the ice water to stop the cooking.
Okay, so I've got my tomatoes here. They're ready for peeling. Peel should come right off. Look at there. Almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now that I got this thing peeled, except for the bottom here, what we're going to do is we're going to have to seed this thing. We're going to cut this core out. We're going to cut it into slices. And what we'll do is we'll be taking our spoon and scooping out these seeds. And so we're just going to continue doing this until we get all the seeds out of it. Okay, so 2 cups of tomato that we've diced up, or we peeled, we seeded, and we diced up pretty fine. I've got 1 cup of onion. Now this onion we diced up pretty fine, and then we salted it for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we rinsed that in cold water. Now I'm going to use some banana pepper. That's a kind of a mild pepper. It's very similar to the pepper that they would use in Chile. It's not exactly the same, but it's what I can get my hands on. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the banana pepper, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped cilantro. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. See, it's not exactly the same thing as salsa or pico de gallo. Now, I'm going to put some salt. I'm going to put half a teaspoon in here. You can kind of adjust that to your taste. I'm going to put the juice of 1 lime, 1 nice juicy lime. At least I certainly hope it's juicy. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Now I'm going to put some garlic in here, and to kind of hide the garlic, I'm going to grate the garlic on the microplane grater, and I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to give this a good mix, and we're going to let this set to the side for a little bit. Now this is the chunky version. This is what you would normally have at the restaurants and stuff. But there's also the smooth version. So I'm going to take some of that. I'm going to make some of the smooth version here in just a minute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our pebre. I'm going to put it in here. It doesn't really matter how much. I'm kind of just going for about half. Now I'm going to take some of the juice out of the bottom. Make sure I get some of that in there. And we're going to blend this up. Okay, so you need to kind of let your pebre rest for a little while. It's kind of like when you make a Mexican salsa. Anyway, sometimes you get this water. You can kind of pour that off. You don't really need that. There's really no flavor in it. So you can pour that part off. Now you can serve your pebre with bread, like I've showed you in the start of the video. Or if you really like, and this is where the smooth pebre comes in, you can serve it with empanadas.